Dear students, I am Rajeswari, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science with Data Analytics, Dr. M.Rajeswari College of Arts and Science. In today's session, I am going to explain you one basic concept in business intelligence and data analytics. So, in business intelligence and data analytics subject, big data and stream analytics is one of the topic. So, in today's session, I am going to explain you about the introduction concept and applications, and we are going to see some case studies about the big data and data analytics. So, big data is nothing but in day-to-day life, the data is increasing very largely. So, it is called as a 3 V's, that means volume, velocity and variety. So many variety of data keep on growing. So what are all the characteristics of big data? So big data is nothing but it consists of 5 V's, that means volume, velocity, variety and veracity and value. For example, we can consider the Facebook, Instagram. Due to what causes the data increasing nowadays? That means due to IoT, that means Internet of Things, then social media, then sensors. So these are all the main reasons nowadays for the growth of the data sources. So to manage this overgrowing of data, and we have to maintain these data in somewhere else. For this we are recurring the concept of big data. Then old and traditional database such as SQL and everything. But nowadays we need some new things to manage all this big data. So that technology is known as big data. What do you mean by stream analytics basics? So stream is nothing but it is continuous, that is called as stream. So if the data is somewhere else and we are analyzing the data, that is called as, that is traditionally used analytics types. But in the stream analytics, the data is arriving is online. That means online data is arrived, and using that data we are going to analyze the data. For example, we can take the COVID positive patients. So for every minute there will be one updation. Okay, based on that updated data, that stream analytics will take some decision. That kind of analysis is known as stream analytics. So what is stream processing? So stream processing is nothing but online data will be processing in a very quickly manner. That is called as stream processing. Then difference between the batch versus stream processing. So as I said earlier, batch processing means the data are stored in somewhere else in like the traditional manner. So using that stored data we are going to do the analysis. That kind of term is batch processing analysis. But in case of stream processing, the data is arriving is very online and live. So the live data will be verified and that data will be processed for analyzation. Okay, so that is called as stream processing. Then real-time decision making. Like that we are using the real-time data for taking the decision making. We can use this stream analytics for fraud detection and sensor monitoring and live dashboards. So for monitoring the live data, we can use the stream analysis. The large data is maintained by the big data technologies. So what are those big data technologies? We are having so many technologies for managing this fast growing data. Okay, so the first technology is Hadoop ecosystem. So it is also known as MapReduce, Yarn, then HDFS. So using these technologies we can manage the big data. Then APAC Spark for large scale processing. We can use this APAC Spark. Then for storing the big data we can use the technologies such as NoSQL, HBase, Cassandra. So these are all the storage technologies we can use in the big data managing. Then distributed file systems we have to use for storing all the big data. Then cloud big data platforms available are AWS, that is Amazon Web Services, then Azure and GCP. These are all the cloud big data platforms which are available to store the big data. Stream processing tools. APAC Kafka for distributed streaming, APAC Flink for event driven processing, Spark streaming for micro batch analysis. So these are all the stream processing tools which are used in the big data technologies. Then Amazon finances for cloud native streaming, use case alignment for each tool, applications of big data and stream analytics. So this is nothing but wherever we are using this big data and stream analytics. So we can use this big data and stream analytics in healthcare. Okay, then we can use in the field of finance, then we can use this in the IoT, then social media, then retail businesses. So we can use these technologies in these applications. So in the healthcare, we can use this big data for monitoring the patient and genomic analysis. Finance, we can use this big data for detecting the fraud and managing the risk. So it is called as risk management and fraud detections. Then IoT, that means Internet of Things. So every things are connected with the internet, that is called as IoT. So in that area, we can use this big data for predicting maintenance and smart cities, for creating the smart cities. So in social media also we can use the big data analytics, that means for sentiment analysis and trend predictions. For that purpose we are using the big data technologies. Then the retail business, we can use it for personalized recommendations and supply chain optimization. For the so related to this big data and stream analytics, we can use these case studies for the better understanding. Rising the fraudulent banking transaction is a problem statement. For the solution for this problem statement through the stream analytics, they will use the Kafka plus Spark. So using this technology, they can provide a solution for this problem. How the workflow will be means transaction ingestion, that means the real time anomaly detection. They are going to create an alert system.